Hey everybody, Chapping Nobody Else's Auto. Time for some Toy Tuesday, 7 o'clock Toy Tuesday evening. Brian is on with us. We've got a couple of cool toys to check out tonight. One of them is like an old Japanese tin. The other one, I don't know anything about. And maybe some of you guys do. It's a really cool piece. I actually got it from Tim, Mr. Good Pliers. I saw him at the Hutch Swap meet. He's like, I got a piece you need to own. Because I know he knows a lot of you guys like toys and cool stuff like that. So he brought this along and said, you need to own this. So I bought it from him so we could share it with you guys tonight. So we'll start off with our little bus, our little toy Greyhound bus, and then we'll get into this. It's a German wooden crane truck. I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's pretty big. Don't know a thing about it. Maybe some of you guys will. Who knows? But it's pretty neat. We're all going to have a good time checking it out. I am on a new phone tonight. I'm hoping this all works. It's been a little bit of a challenge getting everything set up and ready to go. So I hope everything is working on your end. So in theory, I'm keeping my fingers crossed it all goes smooth. I think it's all set up right, but if it crashes, that's why. So anyway, let's check out a couple of these cool toys. We'll go ahead and flip things around here. And start off with this little Greyhound bus. This thing is super cool. Brandon's here with us. Mark's on. I had to have this thing. I was pretty excited when I seen this. Bud is on with us. Says Happy Tuesday. This is a smaller bus. As a lot of you guys know, I've got some bus toys. I kind of actually dig some of the bus toys. Kind of excited about them. That's why when I saw this one, I couldn't pass it up. Kenny's here. That's right. It is a Scenic Cruiser. Bill Disk is on with us. Peter from Down Under. Pete Winters is on with us. Big Job made it tonight. Glad to see all you guys jumping back on. Checking out the little Greyhound bus. This is kind of a smaller piece. You know, about 7 inches long. GMC PD 4501. I guess. I don't know. I don't know my buses that well. If we can see real closer, we can see where it says Japan on the back by the 1956A license plate. I don't have any idea if that's the year or not that this was supposed to be. But we do see the Japanese on it, or Japan on it, where it was definitely a Japanese tin toy. Still in pretty decent shape. You know, late 50s, it could pass for that. Number one. Still really in pretty good shape. Have not touched this thing at all. Tweedledees here. Haven't cleaned it up. I think the paint will polish out on this thing pretty nice. Has a lever here on the top because this was a battery-powered toy. It does have a little bit of rust damage down in here. But it had forward and reverse here on the top where you could flip the lever back when this functioned. Doubt it would function today with this rust damage and this wire damage in here. But still, it actually turned. Like I said, I was pretty excited about this little piece. Thought it was super cool. Love the graphics on it. Like I said, a little bit of time with some polishing compound, dented a little bit right here. But a little bit of rubbing compound, I think this thing will look like $1 million again, especially considering its age. That's right. Get on the bus, Gus. Be cool to get it going again. Yeah, I think, like I said, there's some damage in here in the workings of it. But still, I think polished up, this thing will look really, really slick. So, as a lot of you guys who've been hanging out here in a while know, I do have some cool tin bus toys we've talked about before. A real ride on a Greyhound, not quite as exciting. I bet not, Kenny. Never taken a long trip on a Greyhound bus. But for some reason, I've got kind of an affinity for them. So I like them. I dig them. I love these toys. I love the graphics. I love the Greyhound on it. I've got one Greyhound sign over in the other shop. So, and I don't really know why, because I've never been a big bus guy, but I just like the Greyhound memorabilia, and I like these toy buses for some reason. They built 1,001 PD 4501 Scenic Cruisers for 3 years. The first buses had 2 motors. Okay, so the Scenic Cruiser is what's giving that away as a GMC, I'm assuming. So I appreciate that information. That's what's great about these chats is all you guys have knowledge to share with everybody else when we're checking this stuff out. So, I told you guys we had a big toy to check out. We're going to check out a bigger toy. This thing is, and it's pretty cool. I do love the style on those, Brian, for sure. I agree with you on that. This thing is 21 inches long. It is wooden. It is cool. I don't know a thing about it. Maybe some of you guys do. But it's a cool piece. I'm glad Tim thought of us because he jumps on with us here from time to time. He knows how much you guys like toys. So that's why he brought this to the Hutch Swap Meet and said, you need to own it. We worked out a deal. And here it is. Yep, that's my Trans Am. We're right in front of the blue Trans Am right now. So hopefully the new phone is working. So far, they don't make toys like that anymore. This is a beast of a toy. This is actually hooked to the crane part. I don't know a thing about this. I tried to do a little bit of research on the company. I could not come up with much. You eBay them. There's a lot of dollhouse stuff on eBay. There is still a company with a similar name that still makes wooden toys even today. But this thing I don't know much about at all. So if anybody can enlighten us, I am all for it. The door says Spielwaren Keinel on it. Both doors do open backwards, suicide doors. It's missing one wheel. Big job. I remember going north on a Greyhound bus as a kid. A soldier was chaperoned to Grandma and Grandpa's. So this thing here, for a wooden toy, it is pretty elaborate, really. Here we can see we've got both wheels on this side. We've got the string hanging down here in the door on that side. This door opens also. We can see the steering wheel in there. The front of this says, no, I'm not sure. I'm sure it's German, but I don't know. Mike from New Waverly's on. Autosars looks to be handmade. It's pretty elaborate to be handmade. We're going to look at the crank mechanism here in a little while. It says, guess gejutzt on the front bumper. Not really sure what that means either because I don't speak German. But when we look at this crane mechanism, how all this is done, I mean, this is a pretty elaborate piece if this was if somebody just made this at home. And I don't know why it would have those factory stickers on it. But look at this mechanism for the crane back here. I mean, it's got these, it's got stops on it. It's got gears on it. I mean, this was quite a deal. The way this all was rigged together and worked with the stops, the dogs on it to stop it. Even had a little step back here like for an operator, I guess. I don't know. So I don't know much about it. We do see some paint loss. If we can move the boom, we see some paint loss in this thing. It does look fairly old. I don't know how old. I don't know if it's 40s or 60s or 70s. I don't know. Because like I said, this company still does make some wooden toys. But this one definitely has some age the way this paint has cracked out on it. But I just don't know a lot about it, and I can't find out a lot about it. It is super unique. And it is quite a piece, but I just, like I said, Tim couldn't find a lot of information about it. I couldn't find a lot of information about it. But it is super, super unique. A lot of you guys are agreeing it is a cool piece. Yeah, it is cool. I just don't know nothing about it. So if any of you guys have any ideas, spell the front bumper decal. I'm just going to hold it up here, number one, and you can check it out. See if we can get some decent light on it maybe so you guys can make it out. GES.GESCHUTZT. I don't know. So, but definitely a unique piece. We see some paint cracking up here. Dennis is on with us, some paint cracking around here. But with these decals, I mean, there's got to be a factory-based decal on this thing. If it were handmade, I mean, I would assume it was probably a kit or something. Maybe you could buy the kits and build them. But the way this paint looks, the way this thing is all done, I'm guessing this was a factory type piece. But there again, that's just a guess. That's right. Maybe it's worth $1 million. I don't know. I doubt that. But it is a very, very interesting truck. Yep, it is kind of like a rolling erector set. Yep. And maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was a kit. I don't know. But this paint, this paint doesn't look brushed or hand done. I mean, it looks like it, you can see the cracking and the chipping in it. It looks like it was a factory type enamel the way it was done. So it's, like I said, pretty interesting, but I just don't know a thing about it. We have not looked at the bottom side of this thing yet. Check out that front suspension. Rico and Jess are on with us. Here are just some dowel rods back to the rear differential. But like I said, this was a fairly elaborate piece. I just don't know much about it and haven't been able to find out much about it. Maybe we'll learn some more here in the near future. But as of right now, I don't have a lot of good answers about this thing other than it is really unique and it is really cool. And I'm glad a lot of you guys like it. We can thank Tim for thinking of us to share it with us, because that's why he brought it. Because he knows you guys like toys. He knows we do cool toy stuff on there. So he's like, you need to own this so we can throw it on Toy Tuesday. So that's what we worked out. So there we are. There we have it. The some sort of German type thing, whatchamacallit, wooden toy truck. The Spielwaren Keinl wooden toy crane truck. Decal is like a copyright or protected property phrase. So okay. So the front bumper is like a copyright piece. So the door decal is where our company was at. So thanks for number one for enlightening us on that, because I didn't have any clues. So there again, because of our help on here, all of us all getting together, we all learned something, because I had no idea that was the copyright mark for Germans, so, or for trademark type thing. Move toys away from the blue Trans Am. Well, that's why we're working on the table here. We're trying to keep that. And we just got a couple things on the table tonight, so I think we should be okay. But that's what I've got. Yeah, this is the piece from Mr. Goodpliers, Tim down in Whitewater. So, but there she is, the wooden German crane truck, as well as the Greyhound Scenic Cruiser Japanese 10 toy bus. Both these came from the Hutchinson, Kansas swap meet this year. This I found at a vendor. Like I said, Tim brought that. He knew I'd be there, so he brought that with him to sell to me, to share with all of you, which is cool. That's what this is all about. So there's tonight's pieces, rolling with the Scenic Cruiser as well as the big German crane truck. I guess this thing's so small it kind of fits right on the back of the German truck. So there you have it. A couple cool toys for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed them. I always like adding cool stuff to my collection. I'm glad you guys enjoy swinging by, hanging out, checking them out, talking about them, and hey, learning something. We all learn something. That's great. That's the whole point. Gray Kitty is still in the office, making a complete pain out of herself. I was trying to pay some bills this morning, so I got paperwork all over the desk, checkbook, trying to reconcile out some shipping statements, and of course she's got to be right in the middle of it. So she's right back instantly to being a huge pain in the butt, but she is still in the office. We're keeping her in the office for a few days till she gets a little bit of weight back on her, and because obviously she was super dehydrated, super skinny. She couldn't have weighed 4 pounds. I mean, when she jumped in my lap, you didn't even hardly feel like she was on my lap. We filled that 2-liter bottle. Like I told you, we had that 2-liter bottle cat water where you screw the 2-liter in upside down. and she's drank almost that whole 2 liter of water since Sunday night for one cat. And she's eating everything in sight. So obviously, so that's good. She's, she should be on the road back to being much more healthy, but still being a huge pain in the butt. Like I said, for 2 hours before that, not being able to get within 30 feet of her to instantly reacclimating, I was kind of surprised that she came around that quick, because she was super, super spooked. No idea why, no idea what happened, but you weren't getting anywhere near that cat for any reason. But she came right back around. She's eating, and appreciate that, Kenny, and hopefully doing better. So anyway, that's what I've got for tonight. What else is coming up this week? My plans are still to try to swing through Auburn, Court, Duesenberg. So hopefully we can see some cool stuff of what Doug's going on down there. If everything clicks and everything comes together, there's still a lot of things that got to happen in the next couple of days to make that work to get down there by the end of the week, but we'll see how things shake out. And what else is coming up? Oh, got new inventory video tomorrow night. Crew cab Chevy pickup that came in a while back we hadn't seen yet, so we'll get that one posted up tomorrow night. Otherwise, Sunday night live chat, 7 o'clock Sunday evening. Dehydrated people get that way, yeah. She was definitely dehydrated. There is no doubt about it. But like I said, she's back. I'm sure she'll be a pain in her butt Sunday night again as well. She's known for that. So as long as we can keep her off the keyboard from wrecking the chat like she did there 4 or 5 months ago, where she decided to prance across the keyboard and wreck the whole chat. So we'll have to maybe build little fences around the keyboard or something. I don't know. But we'll see how things go. How many vehicles I still have to get? I don't know, probably 40 or so, somewhere around there. Making a little progress. Well, actually, I've been making a little progress, and I haven't bought anything in a couple weeks. So it's funny how that helps. When I don't go buy a bunch more stuff, I actually make progress. Even though it's a little bit at a time, you still make forward progress as long as you don't buy anything for a couple of weeks. So, which means I'm kind of getting twitchy to buy something, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's what I've got for tonight. I'm going to get back to work. I got a lot of things to get done and get in order to hopefully get on the road here in a few days. So we'll see how things shake out there. So as always, I appreciate you swinging by. I hope you like the bus and the truck. And I know we all learned something about the German trademark deal that Number One found for us, because I didn't know that. Hopefully one of these days we'll find out a little bit more about the truck. We'll have another opportunity to talk about it in the future. Maybe we learn a little bit more. Thanks to Tim, Mr. Good Pliers, for thinking of us on that one, because obviously you guys all thought it was cool too. Need to buy some hearses or ambulances. You don't really see much of that. You really don't. So appreciate that, everybody. Hit the like button. Everybody enjoyed the show. We're glad you did. Glad you swung by tonight. Glad you hung out for a few minutes. I'm still amazed that you do. You guys keep coming back. So coaster orders are getting cranked out probably as we speak. My guy just texted me tonight, and he's getting ready to roll on them. Brian, just spent 15 minutes trying to get the show. Hard to find if you missed the notice. Sorry. Yeah, I don't understand how all that works on the system stuff. So anyway, no problem, guys. Appreciate that, Mark. We're all doing good. Glad that wherever is having a good week, and see if I can get some stuff done so I can find some more cool stuff to share with you guys later this week and next week. But anyway, that's it for Toy Tuesday tonight. Appreciate you swinging by. Thanks for making this part of your Tuesday evening, as well as Sunday night, as actually most of your Sunday evening. So Ken, it's a sign you'll be seeing more people on your channel. Hopefully we'll be seeing more people on the channel. I'd like to see it grow a little bit more. Like I said, invite your friends over to Sunday night, and let's see if we can get some new faces on there. Reason being, more faces, more knowledge. Just like tonight, because of the Nanu. But we had Mork on here, Number One. But the knowledge that this entire group has and shares with everybody is what makes these great. So thanks to all of you guys for making that happen. Anyway, that'll do it for me. I'm going to jump off. We'll see you all Sunday night. I hope everybody has a great week, and take care. We'll see you soon.